I observe that the focus that men usually place on things, in contrast with the focus that women place on things, is noticeably different. And while it may be fairly common knowledge that this is the case, I feel I distilled those observations into the core difference between our focuses. My impression is that the energy that men seem to project, the focus that they have, is on becoming something. Whereas the female tends to have an energy that focuses on being. I observe women around me very often noticing in more detail what is happening in their surroundings. It seems more clear to them that there is something new in the environment, or that there is something they like, or that there is something they don't like. And it seems to come with a sharpened perception on their side, because I find myself in a situation where over and over again a woman is noticing things around me that are there, that after they tell me I notice, and I don't believe I would have noticed at all. It can be things like the floor being dirty, or there being dust in the corner of the kitchen counter, or the fact that that a house is made up of some material, or that it has a certain structure, just details of things that are in the moment, that are happening right now. I find that women around me perceive more sharply, perceive more. Their focus is in the perception, their focus is in the moment. Whereas what I observe with myself and with other males around me is that the focus, the drive tends to be, what can we do? What can we achieve? What can we change from now until later? What can we improve? What can we become? What is going to happen? What are the actions that will be taken to continue? And I find myself in this state of mind often. sometimes swaying to the very extreme of it, where what is happening in the moment is of no matter. It is on the moment is only a stepping stone. It's only a piece of the stream. And then when I'm in it, it is relevant only in as much as it affects, as it influences the path that I'm in. So often in this path there are sometimes expectations, like go over to a door and I have the expectation that it will be unlocked, so I try to open it, and then I realize, oh, it's not open, and then all that matters at that time, at that moment, is okay, that it's not open. My expectation was ungranted. And then I notice my focus is simply, okay, well, what I want to do is go inside the house. So how do I open the door? And then if I have a key, I would just unlock the door and open, and then continue on the path, continue on the way. What color the door was? What was it made of? How did it smell? Was it raining? I don't care. I don't have it in my cognition at that moment. The moment is simply moving, becoming, doing. And the moment of being is assumed. And this seems to make sense with my observations of society, where up until fairly recently, the careers of action, the careers of high achievement were usually taken and having interest from males. Like CEOs and top-notch scientists or programmers or sports people that can continue decades into their career, and they have a passion for the sport. Sometimes a passion just for, oh, I want to be the best, and so there are high stakes over records and such, because it is achievement that their focus is on. I have a nice little aura around my hand, probably because of the shadow behind on the wall. How nice. And my hair is glowing white. Glowing white. Yes. Achievement. And then it's males who, well, so much less these days. But up until the middle of last century, I would say, the majority of people who were explorers were men. Both, probably also because of social roles. However, that is the impression that I got. The generals want to achieve, want to conquer and defend men. Mostly. Because yes, patterns are changing. And it seems to me that this contrast between being and becoming I have mentioned that it applies to male people and female people. However, what I intuit is that these focuses belong to the feminine energy and the masculine energy, where the feminine energy is one of wanting to be, to feel the richness of what's happening in the moment, and to fully live it, enjoy or fully experience whatever is happening in that moment. Being. And the masculine, having the focus of doing and achieving and becoming. Those seem to me to be fairly core attributes of the masculine and feminine energies.